Alright. Alright, so as expected, we got improved terraforming plus 10. No, you can set it to automatically terraform. I don't like to do that. I prefer to do it manually. So as you can see, it costs, what is it? It costs 50 BC to 50 Bitcoins. It costs 50 BC to terraform. And we have a choice between terraforming plus 20 and death spores. Death spores are a biological weapon. They kill enemy population. I never really use them though because the AI hates you if you use them. Now the AI will use them against you, but you get a huge diplomatic penalty if you use death spores. So we'll take plus 20. Silicoids are guaranteed to have plus 10 and plus 20 terraforming always in their tree because they have so many options missing that the other races would have. There's a lot of stuff that other races would have that they just can't get because of their unique bonuses. No waste cleanup and no controlled environment techs. Where's the environments? So like normally you'd be getting barren tech, tundra tech, dead tech, but they can't appear in the silicoid tree due to the way that the game is set up. Alright, so I will keep the spending setting here for the moment. I will dial down propulsion once I get that next tech. So I'm fine with this for right now. I can also terraform, so let me go ahead and show you terraforming because actually all of these planets should be terraformed. Rigel, not, well, in a little bit. It's a little too immature. So note that now that I have the terraforming tech, it says 100 plus. That's an indicator that you have terraforming tech available. So let me show you how to do this. I want to measure out 50 BC because that's how much it costs to terraform. There we go. So there's 50 BC. It'll say terraform. And it'll go into terraforming the planet, and then I can add more stuff. And I'll do the same thing here. Actually, I'm going to terraform these planets automatically because I'm already spending on ecology. See, look, right now it'll say terraform, and if I keep spending on ecology, it'll go to +1 pop. So these two planets will get terraformed automatically because I'm already spending in ecology. What's my opinion on the sequels to Master of Orion? Master of Orion 2 is a solid game. It's not a great game. It's not as good as Master of Orion 1. There's a big focus on micromanagement in that game, and it's not balanced very well. But it's a decent game in its own right. It's actually not a Master of Orion game. What it really is a Master of Magic game, if that makes sense. It's really a sequel to Master of Magic, not to Master of Orion. It has a lot more in common with that game. But it's a decent game, as I've said. It's a solid game. It's not a great game, but it's not bad. Master of Orion 3 is horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. The plus 20 is cumulative. It's not additive. So plus 10 gives you 10, plus 20 gives you another 10. So it would take it to pop 120. It doesn't, it wouldn't take you to pop 130. So it's cumulative overall. You don't keep adding 10, then 20, then 30. No, it's just... it's a minor benefit. So it's often useful to sort of skip some of the terraforming text on the tree, like get plus 10, but then skip plus 20, go to plus 30, stuff like that. Right. Rayson has it correct in the chat for anyone who's reading along. Good question, though. All right, and Lon is just getting started here. Okay, so hopefully we will have the propulsion tech pop soon in another turn or two. That would be the goal. Zudek is getting there. Still needs some more time. I'm able to run this farmer's gambit because my neighbors have been pretty peaceful. Okay, that's a little bit more scary. I think I need to get some defenses on these ships. So there's not really anything for these guys to go colonize, but I think I'm going to start building some defense bases just to be a little bit more safe here. Let's get some defense bases up. Now I can already build a defense base in one turn here on FICO, just so I'm not totally defenseless. Now these bases wouldn't be very strong because they only have 1 point of shielding and they'd be firing these horrendous nuclear missiles, but at least then I wouldn't be totally defenseless on my frontline planets up there. So yeah. I can terraform. Let's actually terraform this planet. It'll take 2 turns, but I'll... No, wait, no, this is an artifacts world. Never mind. Still would need more time. And now we're up to about a 40% chance of discovering the improved range tech. There it is, range 5. Now we have choices of nuclear engine or inertial stabilizer. Nuclear engines is pretty useful, allows your ships to move at warp 2. The inertial stabilizer is a special. You can put this on ships and it adds extra maneuverability in combat. It's pretty useful, especially on missile boats. I'm going to take nuclear engines though, in part because that'll get me to the next tier sooner. It's an overall cheaper tech. Now that said, I don't need all this spending on propulsion. Let's equalize the spending and open up all the fields of research. I also need to start building colony ships to go. Now I can go claim these worlds. Also, I have additional range, so now my scouts can fan out and start exploring some of these planets. It'll take them a while to get there, but I can explore them. Is that in range now? No, that one's not, but all these other planets should be. So let's go see what's out there, shall we? And note that I already had the scouts queued up ahead of time, or in place to go and scout out these worlds. That planet is, actually that planet is in range, amazingly, but I don't have a ship to go check it. That planet is actually in range, so I should go check that out. Alright, scout, go scout that out. FICO, build one scout. Alright, and in the meantime, I will go back to building more stuff here. I just wanted to get a missile base, so I wasn't totally defenseless. Okay, and I need someone to do research. So Zudak can do a little bit of research right now, because I need a planet to be doing research, one of them. How do you equalize the spending on the tech screen? If you hit the equals key. Equals key will do it. I'm sorry, I just know a lot of the hotkeys for this game because I've played it for quite a few years now. Alrighty, next turn. Keeping an eye on those humans. Okay, so for computer tech, we can go ECM Mark 1 or Battle Computer 2. ECM is anti-missiles. It's not that good. I prefer battle computers. Well, oh, that's right. The Silicoids are good at computers. They're rated good in computers, so they actually get a discount on computer tech. Normally, this tech is 1,000 RP, and it's only 800 for them. So we'll take that. Oh, we got a good selection here in construction tech. That's because I popped that tech. I have more choices. I think I would like to get Duralloy, even though this will not advance me. This is not going to advance me to the next tier, I don't think. Let me just double check real quickly. I've got all the Mu techs on a text file here. I don't think this will advance me to the next tier, but Duralloy is quite good, so I think I might grab this anyway. I'll probably do Duralloy and then Improved Industrial 7. I'm just double checking here. You guys can't see this because it's on. I have it on my laptop, so I don't have to tab out of this. All right. Duralloy is, yeah, Duralloy will not take me to the next tier, but I will grab it anyway because it's a really useful tech. All right, Class 2 deflectors, that's no surprise. You never have a choice on Class 2 deflectors. It's the first tech. Hyper-Vs or Gatling laser. I would prefer Hyper-Vs here. Hyper-Vs are the next missile upgrade. That'll be useful for the defensive bases. Gatling laser is useful if you're planning on fighting ship-to-ship early, but I'm not planning on doing that. It's basically a normal laser, but it fires 4 times. Which is really good for early game combat, but it does go obsolete pretty fast. So we'll grab the Hyper-Vs. And we did build a scout. Oh, I didn't build a scout too, I built a scout. Oh well. Not a big deal. Okay. So I do have one defensive base. I'm a little concerned that the human... Oh wait, never mind. They just turned and sent their fleet back away. Okay, so FICO and Zudak should be okay. They just turned around and sent their fleet in the opposite direction, so that's nice. Alright, good stuff there. Okay, so I have a colony ship coming due next turn. I still need to remax Chrysalon. See, it actually now can go to 220 factories, 110 pop, but I want to get these colony ships out first before I remax the planet. And in terms of tech, let me see, what do I want to spend on? Okay, so propulsion is not super important. I will dial that down a little bit. I actually want to get the next shielding level up soon. That actually is important. Computers is pretty good. I don't want to pull funding away from there. And planetology, I actually do want that next level of missiles as well. So I'll just go with that. Minor little tweak there. That's right, I actually did not finish the first base at Zudak, and I should do that. I noticed that too, but I didn't correct it. Thank you for reminding me. Alrighty. And out of all these worlds, this is the most important one to colonize because it's the most threatened. These other worlds are my backlines. They're pretty safe. Also, by now, there's almost certainly not an AI here, or I would have seen their ships by now. That means that the other 3 AIs look like they started at these yellow stars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing the other 3 all started at these stars, so I don't think there's an AI here. What that means is we might be able to push into the southwest corner of the map here. We'll see. A little early to say, but if we're lucky, we might be able to do that. Alrighty. So there's the colony ship. Zudak has 1 missile base. There we go, the 1 base. Tech well, it'll take a while for those to fill up. Hopefully we'll get force fields soonish. That additional level of shields goes on your bases, and it makes them impervious to laser attacks. Very, very helpful. Should invest everything in computers to get more bitcoins. Yes. It is kind of funny that that we have this cryptocurrency that now is just like just like the BC in this game. All right, so while that's on its way, let's remax Crystalline here. All right, so I need what is it? I need 20 factories. Hold on. My factories cost 8 each. I need 20 of them, so that's 160. Should max out the factories here. So I'll measure that out. All right, 160. That should max out the factories if I've done the numbers right, and then spend the rest on ecology. And Zudak can carry the research load for now. Then I'll go back and max that planet as well. Okay, I should be able to terraform this planet now. Terraform the planet. And Lon still needs more time. It's still building up. How does this pop? 150 factories. Okay, it still has more factories than it can use. Not surprisingly for ultra rich. And I'm just growing pop here ASAP. I need to get up to 90 pop so I can work all the factories. And Zudak is carrying the research load for right now. It actually has more pop than factories for a change. Interesting. Because, okay. Oh, we got the copyright protection. The copyright protection. Oh, wait, that's right. This is through GOG, so it doesn't matter. All right. So, the way Master of Orion worked, this game, remember, came out in 1993, either 93 or 94. It says 93, but I think it actually came out in 94. This game came on floppy disks. 3.5-inch floppy disks. The way that they did copy protection back in the day, this was pre-internet, is to prevent you from just installing the game on any computer you wanted. They would give you, with the instruction manual, a little fold-out page where you had to identify whatever was on that page. So if you clicked on the wrong ship, it would just end your game right then and there, and that was their copyright protection, to try and prevent you from just installing it on a million computers at once. Now you could of course Xerox or photocopy that copyright protection. So this didn't really work that well, but it was a very primitive form of DRM, of digital rights management, in the pre-internet age. Because this is the GOG version, I can just click on anything and it doesn't matter, and it's the right answer. I actually do have I actually do have a downloaded version of the copyright protection, but since this is the GOG version, I don't have to use it. Anyway, that calculation was correct. Crystalline did max out factories as expected. So we're going to finish maxing pop this turn, and I'll put the rest into research. See, I can't spend, like right now, I can't get more than +2 pop. That shows it's going to grow the other 2 pop this turn. The game's pretty good at doing that. You just have to understand how to read the sliders. And that means Zudak can go back to building factories. It actually needs factories for a change. Anyway, yes, this colony ship's on its way. I'm going to max out Crystalline and then build more colony ships. And, well, tech, we're not really putting much in tech, but that's all right. Just when I put a little something in there. And Rigel's in the process of terraforming. Lon is still getting started. Lon's a little bit slow, but it'll get there in time. Okay, will I do my video on my thoughts? Yeah, I will probably, I've done this before, is when I've written like an editorial or a review thing, I have just put it up on YouTube as well, for people who don't want to read through the thing. Some people like to read something, some people would prefer to watch, would prefer to listen to it with gameplay footage, so I will probably do that as well. That's the hope. Anyway, note how fast the colony ships can be built. Only 2 years now. That's very fast for colony ships. Very fast indeed. All right, so Zudak, go back and put some in research, so I have some spending going into research. Okay, we're getting closer to maxing out pop here, which is good. Very good. This ultra rich is getting there, which is what we want. All right, this planet, yeah, I'll finish the terraforming. And, all right, we won't get a colony ship quite this turn, but it will be soon. What does the map look like? Okay, so the merchants got out to 6 planets fast, but they haven't gotten anything since then, and the humans have been slow to expand as well. This probably means these are hostile worlds up there, which is good, because we, as the Silicoids, can colonize them, even if the humans can't. So I've got a very slow scout heading up here to figure out what's up there. I may be able to colonize some, poach some stuff in their back lines, basically. How far along am I? I think we're around turn 50. Yeah, that was a pretty good estimate, 48. So we're in the early stages of the game, but we have gotten past some of the early stuff. Now, note what the spending has done, the trade spending. My relations with the humans went from relaxed to amiable, and with the merchants from neutral to relaxed, so that's good. I will look to upgrade my trade agreement with the humans soon. I'm actually even making a positive in trade. In a couple more turns, I'll look to upgrade that to a higher trade number, because they'll be able to afford more trade. All right, okay, so we found the merchants here. I wonder if this is one of their planets. No, it's not. I just had a scout there, so let's see what's here. We found a radiated world, so we can probably get this planet because it's radiated, and that means that they'll have to research a lot of tech. Radiated is the most hostile of the hostile environments. And we found another, wow, Artifacts world, has it been scouted yet? Yes, it has been scouted. So we didn't get the free tech, someone's already scouted this planet, but that would also be a very valuable world to control because it would open the route to more planets off to the west. I will have the range to colonize that as soon as this colony ship hits, so I probably will want to go over there next. We'll see. I might want to get Sidon just to lock off this corridor here, just to make sure no one can push. But it is an Artifacts world. We'll see. I've got to start pushing more colony ships off there, and then I'll need to build some ships to defend them too. I also need some more scouts. Zudak, build me some scouts. I'm going to need more scouts soonish, because I'm going to need to send scouts further here to the west. I don't have any spare ones. All right. Anyway, Rigel's done terraforming. It's now 35. The terraforming has the biggest effect on the small worlds. When you go from, size 25 to 35, that's a big increase in population. The minimal size is actually size 10. If you have a size 10 planet, you terraform it to size 20. You've just doubled the size of the planet. So it has the biggest effect on small worlds. Anyway, though, yeah, we need to build factories before anything else. Terraforming's done there. There's still a little early to terraform, yeah. Usually, if you can't terraform in 2 turns, it's not worth doing. It would take 3 turns to terraform here. It's not really worth it. And Zudak, what are we looking at here? 94 pop, 192 factories. That looks pretty good. Actually, for right now, let's just spend on tech there. I need 1 planet spending on tech, and Zudak can do that, even though it's not maxed out yet. Yeah, good call. Let's build a couple scout twos. Get 3 of them, and then I can just send them in that direction. They'll be slow moving, but they'll head in that direction eventually. Also, this planet will probably be in range soon too. 4 scout twos. Take them a long time to get up there, but whatever. And FICO is nearly getting there. Takes a long time to stand up these Silicoid worlds. Anyway, if you haven't seen me play the other races, you really do not do this much ecology spending with any of the other races. The Silicoids are very unique in that respect. Very unusual. Alright, well, Bullrathi, this is our first encounter with them. Oh, and there's a colony ship here. Wow, we managed to delay them from colonizing this world. Barren world. We might be able to get there before somebody. Hard to say, though. The Bullrathi probably had barren tech. But anyway, we've got another planet that extends our range. And let's take a look at the map right now. So the Bullrathi started at one of these yellow stars, as predicted. And there's no one at this yellow star. No one started here. How do I know? Because they would have colonized the Artifacts planet. Otherwise, that's only a desert environment. Someone definitely would have colonized that if there was an AI here. So all the AIs are at these yellow stars. The last 3 are at these 5 yellow stars. That's where they started. That also means that there's nobody up here, and there's nobody directly down here in the southwest, so we can probably poach some more planets. It's something the Silicoids are really good at doing, is poaching planets that they don't really have any business getting. Do we want to try for that world? I think we do. We might lose. It might be claimed by the time we get over there, but it's worth a shot just to try it. In a worst case scenario, I can always send it back to another world. 8 turns to get over there, but whatever. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to send some pop into Kolthos. I'm going to have Chrysalon do ecology spending for a couple turns and just pump population into this world to get it started. The rest of these planets are pretty safe, so I'm not worried about losing one of these planets anytime soon. If I was worried about these planets, I'd build colony ships, but they're all pretty safe. So let's pump in 15 pop to Kolthos to get it going. Yeah, the way that the map works is your starting area will not have anyone directly on top of you. I think you get about 8 parsecs roughly, and the AI will not start on top of you in that 8 parsec range, roughly speaking. But after that, the map's totally random. The AIs can be spread out, they can be bunched together. I've seen maps where 4 AIs were all on top of each other, and one AI had 75% of the map to itself. It's totally random. Just complete luck where they end up spawning. It's actually kind of interesting that the game works that way, because the fact that the maps are not balanced, it actually kind of gives more replayability in a weird way. The fact that the maps are not balanced. A modern game would probably not do that, but as I've said, this is not a modern game. It's an old-fashioned game. It works for this game, though. Wouldn't work for multiplayer, but there's no multiplayer in Master of Orion, so it doesn't end up mattering. Yeah, you can get some weird stuff from the maps, though. Very weird stuff. All right, we've almost... Wow, it looks like Pop and Factories are going to max out together here, which is good. That's what you want to go for. Very interesting stuff, yeah. So, what am I doing here? Sending Pop to Kolthos. I've got another colony ship off there to try and see if we can do something. And I'm still not seeing many AI ships. Okay, so I was able to grow 5 Pop. That's a good sign. Send another 5 Pop. That's about the most that the Silicoids can grow in one turn at this stage of the game, right around 5 Pop. So if I send 15 over there in 3 groups of 5, that'll be enough to get this off to a good start. Then I'll build another colony ship after that. Rigel. Oh wait, I've already terraformed this planet. I'm thinking of the other one. Never mind. All right, this planet, no. Needs like 1 more turn to be able to terraform. FICO. I think this planet is going to be maxed out on Pop and... Yeah, this planet's going to max Pop and Factories. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I didn't plan it that way, but it's going to work out that way. And we're slowly getting there. Force fields, computers, slowly starting to make some progress. I don't really need any of those techs, though. That's why I'm not... Oh, we found the Merchant up here. What's up here? They've just got a scout. Let's chase them away and figure out what's up here. We found... Oh, wow. Okay. Not a hostile world. Why aren't the humans up there? That's really weird. Okay, so FICO, yes, it's maxed out Pop and Factories. That's ideal, but that almost never happens, that they max out together. That's really good. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build some bases. I do not want to lose this planet. I'm going to stack up 10 bases right now, and that's very strong early game defense to get about 10 bases. I'm going to stack them up, and then I'm going to start doing reserve spending, and then I'll talk about using the planetary reserve, and we'll go from there. Zudak is still carrying the research load because Krislan is doing other stuff. Send another 5 million. There we go. And Lon can terraform now. Should be able to do it in 2 turns, so let's do that. Right in the halfway point of the population curve. So how exactly does eco spending work? Does the police use the extra money? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they're just cloning people. I mean, it's a game set in the future, right? Maybe they're just using cloning technology. That's the way I always just interpret it, something like that. They're cloning people or growing them or something. Although then again, this is the Silicoids. They're rocks, so who knows? Rock people. Yes, I've got 15 million coming in. That should be pretty good. All right, let's get another colony ship up. And yeah, we'll start grabbing these backline worlds while we can. Zudak still needs to max out. Okay, so that's 4 bases. That planet looks good. This looks good here. Let's dial up the humans and up our trade agreement. Continue to have good relationships. Form a trade agreement. Oh, see, we can really upgrade our trade agreement. I'm going to go for the max amount because I want good relations with these guys. That'll be expensive in the short run, but good in the long run. So that was a big increase to our trade agreement. So it actually drops negative for a while here, but that's okay. Everything still looks pretty good. Does chasing scouts away? No. Chasing the scouts away, if you do it, like, it causes a very minor hit to relations, but nothing serious. Nothing serious. Actually, that's right. That's 5 parsecs as well, so I should go over here, and then I can start sending... and I also never remember to send my Scout 2s forward. I built them, but I didn't send them forward like an idiot. All right, let's send 3 of them up here into the center of the map. And send 2 over here. Now see, if I had sent them 10 turns ago, they'd be in position to move out, but they're not. I can send this colony ship up here to the radiated world, and then that'll open up the middle of the map. I might as well grab these planets. Like, these ones down in the bottom are safe. I know that everybody wants me to grab Banana, but it's much more important to grab disputed planets than planets that I can grab whenever. So, send them into the middle of the map. Alright, there's another scout too. Actually built more than I expected. Send this one over here as well. So they're slowly moving out towards those planets. It'll take them a while to get there. Crawling around at warp 1 always takes forever. Warp 1 is the default movement. Alright, so we finished terraforming here. Let's go back to building factories. Starting to get there. So weapons, and force fields are going to pop first. Once I have those two, my bases will actually have some punch. Not a lot, but they'll have some punch. Actually be able to do something to stop enemies. Alright, so we finished the colony ship. FICO's on 10 bases, so I feel pretty safe on that. I'm going to start spending on the reserve, and I'll talk about that in a second. Colony ship is going to go up here to this radiated world. It'll take a long time to get there, but might as well do it. And yeah, I'll just build more colony ships for right now. Actually, no, I can do this. I can spend on tech here for a turn or two and max out Zudak, because it's still a little bit low of what it needs. Build the remaining factories and pop. That's a good choice. So let me talk about the reserve. So if you have maxed out factories and you continue industrial spending, it goes into something called the planetary reserve. So that pops up here on the planet screen. You can see I have 180 bitcoins in the planetary reserve. You can then transfer that to your other planets, so you can increase their production for a turn. Basically, it allows you to move around production from planet to planet. The great thing about the planet, well, there's sort of two great things about the planetary reserve. Number one, it comes at a significant penalty. You lose half of your production by putting it in the reserve. It gets cut in half. So there's a major penalty. If you want to move production from one planet to another, you lose half of the production by doing so. So it comes at a major penalty. That's number one. Number two, you can only double a planet's production. That's it. You can, whatever the production number says, like this planet says, what, 230? This could go to 460. But it can't go to 1,000, you know? You can only double a planet's production. What that means is you can't grab a brand new planet, like Kolthos. This planet's brand new. It has no production. It has 7 production. On Kolthos, you couldn't magically cause like a brand new battle cruiser to just appear out of nowhere over top of Kolthos. You can't make that happen. You can only double production. So this is not like Civilization where you're like, oh, this city's about to be captured. I'm going to spend 1,000 gold and I'm going to make a unit magically appear in the city. You can't do that in this game. It limits what you can do. It's the best version of like reserve spending, production spending, whatever you want to call it. It's the best version of that in any game I've ever played due to those two factors. The penalty and the fact that you can only double production. It's just a brilliant system, and I honestly wish other games would just outright copy this mechanic because it is so well done. Anyway, time to start making use of some reserve spending. Now, the best way to use reserve spending is to get new planets that are just starting out, get them off to a faster start. So, like, watch, here at Kolthos, I can spend 7 BC, and now I've managed to double production. So the factories will go up faster. This is one of the best things you can do. Get new planets that are just starting out to a faster start. So watch, we can do this at Rigel as well, although it's a little more pricey to do here. 55, double the production, and that'll get the factories pumped up. And we can do the same thing at Lan as well. So having a rich or ultra-rich planet to speed up your other planets' developments is really useful. What is this, 34? Now, again, it involves a lot of micromanagement, which is one reason why I don't like to do this on bigger galaxies, but when I have this few planets, it will really make a difference. These new colonies will get up and running super fast. And look how much I have in the reserve. Because it's an ultra-rich planet, FICO, which one is ultra-rich? FICO, so FICO is, what, it gets 230 production normally, and then that gets tripled because it's ultra-rich, so that goes to 690, and then that gets divided in half. So it puts 345 in the reserve every turn. I don't think I can even spend 345 in the reserve every turn. But like I definitely want to be using that. So 14, we'll do that. 72, that's close enough. And the same thing here, 45. So as I said, it's a bit micro intensive, but it does make a huge difference to speed up your colonies. All right, let's look at Zudak. How close is this to maxing factories? Very close. It only needs 10 more factories. So that's 80 BC. All right, ADBC, so that'll max out industry, and then we'll put the rest in pop spending. Good stuff. And Chrysalon is doing research. Kolthos I have growing, and I have colony ships flying around everywhere. Yeah, okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, building factories, building factories. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to cause my growth curve to just keep increasing. And tech's going up too. Look at this, we've got 3 techs in the percentages. If you've ever read my Master of Orion reports and I talk about techs in the percentages, now you know why I use that phrasing, in the percentages. All right, so we got 1 Hyper-V. This gives our missile bases a little bit more punch. Hyper-Vs are still not great, but they're a lot better than the nukes. Nuclear missiles are really weak. Let's see what our options are next. Okay, Gatling laser. We don't want to research this. This will not advance the tech tree. Hyper-X's are the next missile up. They are an upgrade from Hyper-Vs, but since I've already got Hyper-Vs, I'm going to take the fusion bomb. This will be useful if I want to go on the attack. If you want to get through enemy missile bases, you need a way to punch through their shields, and fusion bombs are a really good way to do that. That's a tech that is useful for quite a while, so I'm going to grab that. All right, the humans still have some ships. Okay, this is their first dangerous ship, this escort. It's a large ship. I don't know what's on it. I don't know what their designs are. So who knows at this point. Zudak, it's planet, I did the math wrong. It's planet size 125, so it actually can stack up 250, not 230. Whoops. All right, my bad. But that's fine. Just let that continue to work there. That's right, this is a really big planet. It was base 110, and that's quite large. Yes, so planets, we'll just do a little bit more reserve spending here. 80. That's good enough for right now. 59. That's good enough right there. All right, and I'm still stacking up more in the reserves than I can actually use. Okay, this planet's almost maxed on factories, so we need to work on pop instead. I didn't realize how close that was to being maxed on factories. All right, good stuff. What do the bloody swords mean under the pollution barrels? Let me check that out. The bloody swords under the pollution barrel. Oh, that's missile bases. Okay. I was looking at FICO. I think that that's missile bases. Yes. Okay. They are actually missiles. See, the older games, you do have to use your imagination sometimes. Okay, yes. This is waste. Again, you normally would not want waste on planets, but the Silicoids ignore waste. That's one of their racial attributes. These are missile bases. So I have 10 missile bases. That shows the factories, and that shows the population. You can actually count if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's the 90 pop. 180 factories. So it should be 18 of these because you get a graphic for each 10. What is it? It's every 5 missile bases, every 10 factories, every 10 pop. Yes, the bloody cross swords. I like that. Good description there. Anyway, so this planet, we are actually about to reach this planet, interestingly enough. Kolthos is doing pretty well. I already did reserve spending there. And I should get force fields and computers to pop soon, too. Okay, I got class 2 deflectors. Let's see. So there's 2 options for the next level of shields. It's class 3 and personal deflector shield. Hopefully I'll have both. Nope, I only had personal deflector. That's okay though. I would have taken personal deflector anyway, so that's not a big deal. I don't mind that. Here is that artifacts planet. Now there's a good chance I'll come in contact with one of the other races after planning this because I get extra range. So there's another. No, still not in contact. I am surprised by that. That is genuinely surprising that I'm not in contact with them. Alright, well that's fine. Now I have more range. I can reach a lot of these planets over here. Now if I had my scouts over here the way I should, then I'd be planning out to explore. They're still 5 turns away, unfortunately. So I've got to wait on them to get over here before I can explore. I messed up the logistics of that. Yeah, I am surprised that I am still not in contact. That means there might not even be an AI at this star. Maybe they're at all 3 of them might be in this little patch here. That means the southwest is looking pretty open to exploration. So hopefully I'll be able to land propulsion tech and get those next engines. Nuclear engines would help a lot because then my ships will move at warp 2 instead of warp 1. And that would be nice because my ships are really slow right now. Anton, are the AI ships random? Yes, they randomly design their ships. And sometimes they design very effective ships, but most of the time they design very ineffective ships. Yeah, most of the time they do not design very effective ships. Anyway, since they're taking so long to come over here, I'm going to build a colony ship out of my ultra-rich planet. I'm just going to send it over to Krias up here. Why not? Go grab it. If I lose it, so what? Colony ships are dirt cheap in this game. They are not expensive at all. So I'll go ahead and try to stake my claim there. And Centauri's going to need some population, unfortunately. Long way to go to get over there. Crystalline will probably have to supply that. Gonna take a long time for those transports to make it over there, but we gotta try though. Yeah, Kulthos. All right, let me do my reserve spending for the turn. All right, reserve spending there, and there. All right, get these ones pumped up. Zudek is just about maxed. Alright, transfer over there to Centauri. I can only send about 5 million a turn and keep the planet maxed out. Alright. That'll work for right now. What other races are in this game round? Good question, Buff. We are up against the humans, the Mercians. Those are the only two I have contact with thus far. Humans in yellow, kitties in red. And the three we haven't met are the Darloks, the Clackons, and the Bullrathi. This means the Clackons must not be spreading out very well. I'm actually a little surprised the Galactic Council hasn't met already. The AI is not playing very well in this game for whatever reason. Maybe they've got a lot of hostile stars over here, but those are the other AIs we're up against in this particular match. Alright, so that's very nice. Battle computers are always good. Increases weapon accuracy to level 2. Weapon accuracy is very important. It controls a number of different stats. It controls initiative in combat, which determines who moves first. It also determines how successful you are at hitting. It's a calculation that goes on under the hood, but basically just get max battle computers on any ship at all times. It also affects your missile bases too, so you want battle computers. Otherwise, you will miss a lot of your shots and you'll deal less damage. Okay, so we can go for ECM 2. I don't really like the low ECM options. We also have improved robotics 3 here, and that's really crucial because that means we can use three levels of three factories per pop instead of 2. This is a very useful economic tech, so I'm going to grab this at the next tech level. All right, we now have found the Clackons. They must have settled another planet recently, so we'll have to check them out. And a number of planets, maxed out colonists. Where are the Clackons? Okay, so they must have colonized one of these worlds. Alright, they actually did start at this star. I wasn't sure if anyone started there. But they haven't spread out at all. They only have 3 planets, so they're not doing very well. That's not a good game for the Clackons. Let's sign them up to some trade as well. Let's figure out what they are. They are... Okay, we started at unease relationships with them. They are aggressive ecologists, and they're allied with the Bullrathi. Let me check if any of the others. Humans are not in an alliance, and the Mercians are... Oh, the Bullrathi have a lot of alliances. The AI will sign these early game cheese alliances, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get them to trade. Sign them up to a big trade agreement. Oh, and he's happy. His eyes lit up. That's a pretty big trade agreement. Well, if you have to leave to go to work, remember the stuff will get saved. So, oh, you actually are able to stay. Nice. Glad to hear that. So Twitch has changed their recent policy. What that means is everything has to now be highlights instead of, like, past footage. But I did go back and I saved all of my past recordings as highlights. So, they're all there if people are interested in them later on. The science screen guy makes you think of the Cookie Monster. What effect does waste normally have? Waste lowers the max pop on a planet normally. So if you let waste pile up, your max population will start to go down. Like it'll drop from 110 down to like 105, then 100. So you normally don't want waste to pile up. There's only one situation where I would let waste pile up is sometimes if there's an attack about to hit a planet and you can squeeze out an extra defensive base by dialing down ecology spending. Sometimes it's worthwhile to do that. That's about the only example I can think of. Anyway, though, there was a lot going on that turn. So we met the Clackons, and do I have scouts in position yet to go forward on some of these planets? No, they're still moving. That logistical failure earlier was not so great. All right, they'll be able to move forward in a little bit up there. Now, I did build a colony ship at FICO, so let's send that colony. Oh, okay, I can't send it forward yet. I'm waiting for this colony ship to arrive, then I can send it forward. All right. Well, let's send it here. I'm wondering if it's faster to send it here. Probably not. Alright, we'll just continue in reserve spending then. Has this city, this one maxed out yet? Okay, it's maxed factories. Now it needs to max population. And then I need to build more defensive base because the humans are building a fleet up here. It's not super scary, but I would like to get Zudak up to about 10 bases as well. Let's max out ecology spending. And these planets will need to get some bases. Like, let's get Rigel at least one defensive base. At least one base. Lon needs more population, I think. Factories, yeah, it's starting to exceed. Alright, so planets Rigel and Lon need their typical infusion of reserve spending. Fortunately, you can do it pretty fast in this game. Let's get, what is it? Some spending on factories, some on ecology. Alright. Alrighty, that's good there, and I'm still researching at Chrysalon because I need one planet to be on tech. Then I'll have to do, oh, that's right, I sent Pop to Centauri. How much did I send? 5? That's right. Sending some Pop over there. Fortunately, I still haven't been attacked yet, which is nice. Alright, there we go. There goes most of the research for this turn, but that's okay. And Kolthos, I wanted to send some reserve spending there too. Oh, it's already, okay, I've already maxed it out on reserve spending. Did they end up backpedaling on the nothing over 2 hours? I don't know. I'm not sure whether they did that or not. I actually spent about 5 hours yesterday cutting everything into 2-hour highlights and saving everything. It took almost the entire day to do so, but they're all saved. Right here on Twitch, just click on highlights. Everything I've ever recorded on Twitch is saved. Even the old League of Legends stuff that no one will ever watch anymore, I still did go ahead and save it. We'll see. I mean, if they've backpedaled, that's fine, but I went ahead and did that just in case, because I don't want to lose my stuff. I know 99% of that will never get watched by anybody, but I'm too much of a historian not to preserve all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I think we're good for right now. Okay, the humans are up here. Again, I don't know why they haven't colonized this planet already. I expect them to chase me away, yeah. They only have a small ship, but their colony ship has weapons on it too. Do they have missiles or lasers is my question. Okay, they have lasers, so let's get out of here. They would have fired their missiles already. There was no reason in sending that guy to his death. Oh, what do the Clackons want? Okay, he wants more trade. Sure, why not? Doesn't really matter. We only just signed the previous trade agreement, so it's not losing any of its value. Okay, Zudak is maxed out, so Zudak, bases. Get me some bases. I am a little worried about this fleet. I don't know if they're coming for me. Again, I have good relations with the humans, but you can never trust the AI in this game. Not fully. Alright, this ship, let's send this, I don't know, over here, I guess. Whatever. I don't know why the humans didn't colonize this ages ago. Maybe they were missing range tech. They might have only had, they might not have had the range to get there. That's all I can think of. I don't know why they didn't go, why they didn't try to colonize it sooner, though. Okay, so Zudak is building bases. Rigel is building a base. Give it a little bit more spending on both of these planets. Alright, whatever. I gave it a little bit too much, but that's fine. It'll get saved for the next turn. Chrysalon was sending some pop over here to Centauri to help it get started. It is an artifacts world, and it's an exposed point world. There is some danger in doing this. If the AI were to come in, bomb out my planet, and then take it over, my transports that are going over to Centauri would be interpreted as an invasion by the time they got there, which would not be good. And yes, I think that's about all I want for this turn. How much does can this terraform in one turn? Yes, so let's just terraform and do that. Let's see. Yes, everyone will save their former streams as highlights, so it doesn't really help that much. Yeah, Twitch said it wasn't about storage requirements in their press release, but I think it was nonetheless. I'm not sure I believe them. So, yeah, I'm not sure that I agree with, not sure that that's true or not. All right, anyway, let's see. I've got 15 pop going over there. That's probably enough for Centauri, and Kulthos can send some pop later too. Okay, this planet needs factories. It just finished terraforming. Chrysalon, probably I'm going to go back and build more colony ships. Get that last pop regrowth. Build colony ships there. All right, we've got one missile base here for now. That's enough for right now. Although because it's an artifacts planet, I will pump reserve. I'll probably spend on the reserve here every single turn. Why is that? Because artifacts planets get double research benefit. That's their specialty. That's why they're quite nice. See, artifacts 2 times tech. So you can pump from the reserve to an artifacts planet, and you actually get the 4 times tech benefit. It's very worthwhile to do so. Lawn over here, yeah, it's just growing for the moment. Planet size 75. Yeah, it's just growing for the moment. Actually needs a little bit more industry spending. And the other one is Kulthos, needs a little bit more spending as well. Over here, this planet hasn't been, yeah, I just terraformed that and it's working on industry, on building some factories. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything. That's going to get there soon. Those very slow moving conditions. Oh wow, did you see the speed moving? That the AI's got much faster engines than I do. That's not a surprise. AI normally has more faster engines than you do. So this is the Bullrathi coming over here. They've got a large ship. Haven't actually met them, although we've seen some of their ships flying around. Interesting. Hopefully they will choose not to get too aggressive. And, okay, the humans turned their fleet around and sent it back in the other direction. So Zudak probably doesn't need to build more bases. I'll get it up to 5 right now, just for safety's sake. Get it up to 5. I should be allies with the Clackons because they're adorable. Where are the races? There's the Clackons, by the way. They were in Master of Magic, which was another game made by this company, Simtech Software. So they were in that game as well, if anyone played Master of Magic. Master of Magic came out in 1995, though, so if you're younger, you're probably not as familiar with that game either. Twitch did want to discourage people from watching and storing videos on demand. Spreak is exactly right, but it definitely takes a lot more effort to put them in highlights rather than just clicking save forever. That's not what I wanted. I wanted planets. It certainly took a long time to cut everything into highlights yesterday. It was a real pain in the rear, but whatever. I didn't want to lose all the footage. All right, and what's the other one? Kulthos still needs a little reserve spending. I can afford to kind of throw reserve spending around willy-nilly because why not at this point? Helps my planets get started. And yeah, building another colony ship. We've got money going into research. All looks pretty good. I do wish that you could save longer highlights, but maybe they'll change that. Maybe they've already changed it. I wasn't following this story super closely. Okay, so we colonized a radiated planet in the middle of the map, and that brings us into contact with the Bullrathi. The Bullrathi are giant space bears. I think they're adorable as well. They're one of my favorite races to play. They get a big bonus to ground combat. They're really good at fighting hand-to-hand. Unfortunately, they suck at everything else. They're pretty bad at everything else. So now we've got, all right, the Bullrathi have 4 planets. Wow, none of the AIs are really spreading out. It's hard to believe this is an impossible game. They're really stunted on expansion in this game. Normally they'll have way more planets than you do. My relations are actually going to start tanking with everybody because my size is going to be so big. Hopefully I can get past the first couple council votes before everyone hates me because I'm so much bigger than them. That's one of the dangers in this game. Once you start to get big, everyone starts to dislike you, but you still want to get big anyway. It's just it brings diplomatic penalties. They just got to keep that in mind. I do think that Master of Orion is one of the best strategy games ever made. It's actually a very simple game. It doesn't feel like that when you're just starting out, but it actually is a very simple game in terms of how it operates. All right, let's start grabbing these worlds back here. Yeah, I better grab this one because the Bullrathi are over there. And here comes the Clackons. I wonder if they're heading for Centauri. They might be. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do here at Centauri. I'd love to stop them from scouting this world, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Anyway, now I can move some of these scouts. Didn't I have more scouts over here somewhere? Yes, here I do. I've got more scouts here. I can go and check out some of the other planets. Now I have more range from colonizing that world. We'll go see what's on these worlds. 1, 2. Well, my scouts are really slow. I can't reach that or that. Okay, so that's all for right now. But I can reach those 2 planets. This is where it would have been helpful to send a military ship along to Centauri to defend it. I've kind of been playing Farmer's Gambit really, really, really hard in this game. They might call me on it here. We'll have to find out. I don't know. Let's see. So I've got a scout 2, and oh, I've got more scouts here, so I can go. They must have just arrived. All right, so we can go check out that planet. And we can check out this planet and see what's down here. I don't think I have the range to reach the next one. Still, even if I lose Centauri, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I can't reach these. By putting a colony here, I've staked my claim to everything behind this. And colony ships are pretty cheap, as I've said. You might as well, take a chance. If you lose the colony, it's not that big a deal. If they blow it up and take it over, so what? I've got more fish to fry, more planets baking away. And yes, that's what I wanted. I don't think I'm going to get this planet because it's only barren, but I'm sending the colony ship. It's worth a shot, as I've said. And we'll get these last couple planets stood up in the next couple turns. All right, I did just colonize this planet, so I need to send some population up here from somewhere. This one's radiated, so the AI will ignore this. Actually, let's send 15 up to Giant. Chryslon is having to supply all these worlds with population. Go spending. Put the rest in tech. There we go. And I've almost got the bases I want there. All right, that planet. Hold on, Rigel needs a little bit more spending because it's an artifacts world. It gets spending every turn. Let's check out the Bulrathi, see what's up with them. They are aggressive ecologists. That's their default personality. They are always aggressive ecologists unless they roll something else. They're allied with Clackons and Mercians. They have some of those early game cheese alliances, which are really annoying. I'll just leave that alone for right now. I've got too many trade agreements. I've already got enough negative trade. I need those trade agreements to mature a little bit before going on. Did I ever play, I'm assuming by UFO Enemy Unknown, I'm assuming that's XCOM. I did not play that game. It's supposed to be a great game, but it's just not one that I personally played. Yeah, the Bulrathi are the mantis of this game from Faster Than Light. It would be nice if there was a new Master of Orion game. Unfortunately, Master of Orion 3 was so bad it really killed the franchise. Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately the rights are still owned, and it doesn't look like there's going to be another Master of Orion game anytime soon, because I think EA has the rights. I'm not 100% certain. And this ship is definitely incoming to Centauri, which means they're going to scout the planet, and then they will probably come and try to take it over. Now what I want to do is I'd like to wait until propulsion pops, and then maybe I can build some laser fighters, but it's not even, there's no point in even sending ships over there right now because they're so slow they wouldn't even be able to get there in time before anything else happens. I had not heard that Stardock bought the Master of Orion IP. If they did, it's not, am not familiar with that, but they might have. All right. So you got to move a lot of population around in this game. All right, so I've got 6 bases. That's good. Let's go back to research spending there. Rigel gets research spending every turn. Lon, I might as well do some spending there because I've got this huge reserve I'm not using right now. And what's the other one? Kolthos. No reason not to spend some at these planets. This one's getting there. It's not a huge planet, but it's getting there. This planet building its factories. Centauri might be in some trouble. Might be in some trouble here. All right. Hello, humans. Oh, they want a non-aggression pact. I will happily accept a non-aggression pact. As I said, I'd like to have good relations with the humans. They make for a good ally in this game. Alright, I've got 10 million pop en route to Gion. Let's send another 5 million up here. Again, you really have to move population around with the Silicoids. They just grow pop so slowly. Oh, for some reason... Oh, what the heck? I guess they ended up never... Oh, maybe they were going somewhere else. But Centauri is still being left alone for the moment, which is very good. And yes, I do have a colony ship slowly going en route. That's what I thought. Okay, what else do I have? Research, research. I finally got the research machine going a little bit. Whoops, and keep spending. So the larger the galaxy, the more time you spend moving pop and doing this kind of stuff. That's why I don't like to play on the really big galaxies, because it just tends to be more tedium. Lon is growing. Kolthos is growing slowly. Although I've hit the point where I need to start doing some ecology spending. That'll work for right now. This one has pop en route. This one has pop en route that's finally going to arrive. And tech should be beginning to mature. Yep. Once I have the nuclear engines, I'll put some kind of laser boat together for these new weapons. These new settlements that are basically undefended otherwise. Yeah, because you can see there's some stuff flying around. I think this Clackon fleet's going to claim this barren world. We'll see. Gion should be pretty safe because it's radiated, and I don't think they have the tech to settle radiated worlds. They might blow up the colony, but I could come back and resettle it. We'll see. I'd be very surprised if they had controlled radiated tech at this stage of the game. We found a 90. Terra 90. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this one, though. We'll see. Alright, Crystalline, let's go back to building more colony ships. So, yeah, that's a darn good planet, but there's already a colony ship en route, and I don't think I'll be able to hold it. I think the Clackons are going to get this world. It's just too far away from me. I mean, their homeworld's right there. My homeworld's way back here. They are closer. If I'd built some more combat ships, I might have a shot. Now the Bulrathi are starting to expand as well. We're going to have the first council vote real soon here. Who am I going to be up against in the council? I can take my best shot at it. Looks like I'll be up against the kitties. That's probably good because people don't really like the kitties very much. They tend to step on a lot of toes in these galaxies. I have good relations with them and the humans. Humans are my friends right now, which is good. They make for a good ally. I'd happily leave them alone and go after one of these other powers. We'll see. Alright. So Stardock did indeed buy Star Control. Interesting. Did I ever play a game where I didn't finish just to play around with the late game toys? No, I've actually never done that. When I can win a game, I'll just win and move on to the next game. Sticking around to just fool around does not really appeal to me that much. That's never held that much interest. That's one of the reasons why I've never actually captured Orion in any of my games. Not really intentionally. I just normally don't even think about it. Just like, oh yeah, I could have gone for Orion that game. Oh well. One nice thing about Master of Orion is once you've got the game won, you can win very quickly to the council. And how far are factories outstripping production at pop? Not really here. Not by much. And we're getting pretty good down tech. Okay. Did I just finish a ship? No, I did not. I just started building one. That's right. Okay, so here are the Clackons. As I said, I expect that they're going to chase me away from this world. Maybe if they have missiles, I can dodge them, but I don't think they do have missiles. No, they don't. So let's retreat the scouts and get them out of here. They would have fired their missiles by now if they had them. Alright, Sidon. This might cause the council to meet. Yeah, there we go. Not surprised. I knew the council would meet soon. Alright, so the High Council is convened. I am indeed nominated. See, I said I would be nominated against Kitty, and I am. Alright, 22 votes total. Humans. Wow, they didn't vote for me? That's sad. Darlox abstain. Oh, I know why. Okay, they're all abstaining because a lot of them either don't like the Merchants or they don't even have contact with them. This is good news, though. I can probably vote for the Merchants and get a big relations bonus. So every time the council votes, it's a chance to win the game and lose the game. If anyone gets 2/3 of the votes, the game is over. So she has 5 pop. How much do I have? I have 5 pop as well. So if I vote for her, we get 14. 14 out of 22 should not win her the game. No, it's 63%. She needs 15. Okay, so I can actually vote for the Merchants, which is good because you get a huge relations boost when you do this. Neither leader has a 2/3 majority. So this is quite good. That was a good result. Now look at the relations with Kitty. Kitty loves me now because I voted for her in the council. I always love it when you can vote for when you're nominated against someone and you can vote for them without penalty. All right. So as expected, the Clackons claimed Creus. I figured that they would get this. It's only barren. I'm actually kind of shocked that this planet was not claimed earlier in the game. And amazingly, I still have no contact with the Darlox, which means they are started right there in a nebula, and they have 1 or 2 planets. They probably only have that planet. I don't think they have anything else nearby. Meanwhile, down here, I'm about to be chased away from this planet by the Clackons. Fortunately, though, they seem to be letting me go at Centauri for the moment, which is good, because as soon as I get a new engine, I'll be able to head over there with some laser fighters and actually do something. But in the meantime, yes, we've got Sidon here. Let's let Chrysalon finish this colony ship, and then I'll start transferring some pop over to there. Planets, what do we need to do? Transfer. Centauri is now... Well, that'll keep it busy for a while, that reserve spending. More than it can take. And what was the other one? Colthos. Take some reserve spending as well. Typically with other races, you will do much more industrial spending and less ecology spending. With the Bullrathi... Oh wait, why is this planet doing tech spending? Wait, did I max out bases here? Oh, I maxed out factories. Nice. Excellent. I didn't think I had maxed out factories that fast. Okay, cool. So Lan's almost completely maxed out. I'll build a couple missile bases there, and it'll be able to contribute on research. That's excellent. We're actually further along there than I thought. All right, so yes, build another colony ship. Send it down to we'll send it down to Zengara, soon to be Banana, as we had the request earlier in the game. There's a lot of Mu-like games out there, a lot of Master of Orion-like games, but I guess we're not going to get to use that colony ship. Oh well. It can sit at Gion End. Hopefully maybe grab one of these planets up here later on. We'll see. I am going to scout these pretty soon. There's a good chance there's a hostile world there that I can get. Blue planets tend to have hostile environments. Alright, so here comes the Clackons. They're going to try to chase me away. Again, if this ship has missiles on it, I might be able to dodge them. I don't think it has missiles on it, though. Run away! Where's it going? If you can run away long enough... Yeah, alright, they've got me. 1 damage, no! Yeah, so they got the planet. Oh well, I didn't really need that scout. I was just having some fun. If you can stall for long enough on the combat screen, the AI will eventually... It'll be a draw, and the AI will retreat. So sometimes you can stall out indefinitely on that screen. Hard to do when you only can move one tile on the screen. Anyway, so nuclear engines have appeared. Sublight drives are available. Only choice to move the treat forward, but that's good. I like sublight drives. Let's grab that. Oh, we found a rich Inferno world up there. Excellent. And we found a tundra planet in the south. That's not as good, but that's pretty good. So this colony ship will not be able to go to Creus, but we can send it forward up here to Well, no, I don't have the range. That's a shame. I do not have the range to get up there. Oh well. I could probably build a colony ship with reserve fuel tanks on it soon to get up there. Anyway, so I got chased away from Omicron as expected. No surprise there. Now it's time to use this tech to build a better, an actual ship that can fight. So look at my fleet. I never actually built one of these laser ships. We'll scrap that. So let's design a ship. Nothing special. You don't have too much in the way of weapons. Small. Do I want the battle computer? Let me see what I can squeeze on here. Small laser. We want the nuclear engines. Combat speed 2, and we can put battle computer 1 on there. Laser 2. Costs 18 BC. This is just a little pop gun fighter. We'll build a fair number of these, maybe build 100 or 200 of these, and just use them for planetary defense. Not an attack ship, but I want to get something over to Centauri to help defend it. We'll have FICO stop doing reserve spending and build some of these. It can actually build... Wow. Ultra-rich planets are ridiculous. It can build 40 of these. Wow. Okay. So we'll just have it build some of these and send them to... send a batch over there, so I have some kind of defense. Then I'll try to send some to Gion after that. Anyway, yes. Alright, so what do we got here? We built another colony ship here. Let's send it down to old Banana Boat. And while that's building, I'm going to grow some pop for Sidon. Alright, ecology spending. You saw that about 5 pop per turn is the most I can do. Or I start running out. Yeah, there we go. That's about the most I can do. If I don't do that, though, you see how long it takes these planets to get started. Alright, what else? Zudak's on research. Rigel's on research. Lon. How close is Lon to maxing out? Almost there. Alright, so planets. Rigel, Artifacts World. Always useful to dump some in there. Centauri, I think I've already got research spending there. Reserve spending there. Dump some more in there. Alright, that looks pretty good. What am I at? I actually have more I need more pop than factories here. Let's equal that out a little bit more. Yeah, that'll work better there. And Centauri. Yeah, this planet needs some time. Just needs time, basically. Oh, okay. It already has all the reserve spending it can handle for the moment. Okay, that looks pretty good. I have not played the unofficial Moo patch, nor do I have any plans to do so. I am very happy with the game the way it is. And I think most people know I'm not a huge fan of mods to begin with. Alright, oh, actually, interesting. Very interesting. So I thought the Clackons were coming for Centauri, but they're actually not. This ship is actually heading towards the center of the map. I think it's going to Creus, which is one of their colonies. Okay, very interesting. So let's reroute FICO's ships actually to Gion instead. I've got 40 of them going to Centauri. We'll build about, as I said, try to build 100 to 200 of them, and that would make me feel a heck of a lot safer if I had those, just in case somebody tried messing around with these ships that are too immature to build a defensive base. Okay, so Lon will finish maxing out, and then it needs to build some bases. I'd like about 5 there, I think. That would be pretty good. Chrysalon is still sending Pop to Sidon. There we go. As I said, 5's about the most it can regrow in one turn. And what is it? Kolthos and Centauri. Although Centauri already has the most it can spend the reserve spending, so there's no point in spending more this turn. 43 Pop, 106 factories. About halfway there. Okay. Sounds good, and I'll have to reroute that. Actually, I should scrap that ship right now. Wait, I can't do that? Oh well. That colony ship will just have to go back to Gion for the time being. Then I still have one more planet to colonize, Rotan. Can I fit reserve tanks on a colony ship yet? So one thing you can do when you have some more tech is you can put standard colony base and reserve fuel tanks on the same ship. I can't quite do it, but I think one more level of construction tech will do it. Yeah, one more level of planetology and construction should be enough to fit reserve fuel tanks on a colony ship. And then I'll be able to send colony ships to planets like that in the middle of the map. I'll be able to get to that Inferno world. A lot of ships moving around in the middle of the map. So we found the Bullrathi, and they seem to have an armed colony ship. No, wait, we already saw their colony ships were armed. We saw that they had lasers on them. Alright, get out of here. We can't win that fight. So I think the Bullrathi got that ship, got that colony as well. Alright, blah, blah, blah. Lon, go back to building your bases. Alright, so the Bullrathi did, in fact, grab that colony. No surprise there. I wonder what environment it was. Alright, we'll move there. This planet I've got a decent chance to get. I would love to have this rich world. Hopefully they won't get Inferno Tech for the time being. We've also got a council vote coming up sometime soon in 5 turns. Let's see, who am I going to be up against? Probably the Mercians again. They only have an alliance with the Clackons. I don't think I'm in any danger of losing a council vote. I think I'm relatively safe there. I should name my ships after people in chat. That would be a little confusing. I actually kind of need to have the ship names, otherwise I would get confused. You might notice there's like a lot of stuff on screen, so I kind of do need... I'm afraid I do need to have them with like normal names, or I will get too confused. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it'll be a little confusing otherwise. Alright, building missile bases, building ships, building just in general. And that one's still too immature. Alright, just a little reserve spending for this turn on the artifacts world. And what's the other ones? It's both these two, Kolthos and Centauri. Silicoids attack. Wait, is this one of my plans? No, this is not one of my plans. Okay, this is the colony ship that somehow got trapped here. Let's see what's on this design, just out of curiosity. Okay, this is a Cutlass. Oh, they've got a neutral pellet gun on there. Okay, they've got a neutral pellet gun on there. Just so I could see one tech that they had. Alright, blah, blah, blah. Chrysalon, another one. You guys, yes. Retreat back to Gion. So, these planets are not totally undefended now. I've got some laser fighters there. I've got more laser fighters coming. So Gion is sort of my forward military base in this sector of space. Tanaka, why don't you just change your name to Laser 2? Why don't you just change your name to Laser 2? Yeah, the 2 is so that it reminds me of what warp speed they are. With the one exception being that Scout 2s are always warp 1, is the one thing. All right, I'm going to send one more group of 5 million, and then I'm going to build another colony ship down here. Chrysalon has spent a lot on ecology spending. A lot. All right, what else do I need? Just do some minor reserve spending. I've still got plenty in the reserve. All right, there we go. Do you also cost 18 bitcoins? Indeed. I think I will play up to the next council vote, and then I'll take a break, and we'll do another session later. Zangara. Very nice. Okay. Oh, I didn't rename it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I intended to rename that planet, and I totally forgot. That's my bad. I'm so used to clicking to that. Okay, we have to rename this one final remaining planet then, Roten, before I forget about it. Have to rename that planet then. All right. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I know that was supposed to be Banana, the banana planet. That's me being too used to playing the game and just not thinking. Sorry about that. Anyway, so this planet, can I terraform this? Yes, we'll terraform the planet. Not too good there. Not too good. How many laser fighters do I have? 145. That should be enough to chase off poachers. Well, there's not really anything else for that other planet to do. Okay. I've actually got all this population going to Sidon. I should have saved some of it for Zangara. Alright, how much do I have going to attack? A fair amount. Alright. Zangara, you build a colony ship for that spot. Chrysalon, you keep sending pop to these other planets. Alright, there we go. Alright. Disappointed I forgot that renaming. Races, everybody's pretty happy with me, in all honesty. I'm actually nearly in the lead in total power after 72 turns, which is just absurd. Also, their fleet strength's pretty low if I'm already that competitive on fleet strength. That shouldn't be the case. We're going to get they're going to get hits on a couple different things in research soon, too. And the AI is largely leaving me alone, which is always a good thing. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys know the drill by now. Alright, I guess that's all I need there. This planet, see, this planet's not that big, so it takes longer to build bases. I would like to get 5 here. I would like to get more on the artifacts planet as well. I'll have to do that in a little bit. That looks good. Alright, planets, let's just do some more reserve spending. And what are my other ones that are just getting started? This one, Centauri. And Kulthos. Dump some extra production in there. Where is this planet sitting at? So 56 POC, 146 factories. That's pretty good, actually. That's about where it should be right now. Probably play League at some point. Just whenever I have the desire to play. I said that I just, wasn't really feeling it recently. I don't know. We'll see. I just tend to play whatever games I enjoy at the moment, and I've been happy with not playing League of late. But I can't say that'll always be the case. Alright, next turn. Oh, I saw something down there in the bottom left corner. Alright, so there's the colony ship. That's on its way from Zudak. I have to remember to send that on to this planet right here, Roten. Okay, so I saw that ship coming in. Lancer Knight. How many ships do I have? Sure, 70 laser fighters. I'll send these 70 down here and just keep reinforcing up there at Gion. It does take a while for the ships to move around up there, so I can't get reinforcements there immediately. Alright, planets. Gion should get some reserve spending. Centauri should get some reserve spending. Oops, actually, take another click or two. And what's the other one? Sidon. Okay, good stuff. More pop going to Zangara. This is where the micro aspect comes in, obviously, moving the pop around, but it is effective. Alright, almost got 5 bases there. Next turn. There's our council vote. Alright. Yeah, all of the league recordings are still there. They're under the highlights now. They're still in the order they were recorded. Okay, I am up against Bulrathi this time, and nobody seems to like them very much. Well, the Clackons do. They have 5 votes. I have 6 votes. That'll give them 14 out of 24. That is definitely not 2/3, but I always, to avoid losing games, I always double check. No, that's only 58%, so I will vote for Emperor Grunk, and he will like me for that, so I'll get a relations boost there. It's quite nice. Alright, Kolthos has maxed factories. Good stuff. Now it just needs to max its pop. Alright, good stuff. So yeah, I've managed to claim a pretty good square stretch of the map here. I'm quite happy. I might be able to get that Tundra planet as well. I actually forgot about that one way down there. And it's even in range. I'll have to send a ship over there in a second. I also should have redesigned the colony ship so it was faster. Once this one hits its target, I'll redesign the colony ship. Actually, I've got some spare. I can redesign this ship right now. How much pop do I have going to Zangara? It's 95. Let's send one more. That'll be 20, I think, total over the last couple turns. Okay, Rigel's good. Lana's just about done building its bases. Kolthos is just building up. Alright. Now, Sidon and Rigel. And what's the other one? Centauri and Gion. Fortunately, you can do a whole bunch of planets at once here. Cranking out 30 lasers a turn, 35 basically. Okay, so now I remembered I had to send this on to there. I can cancel that relocate order. I had kept it there so I would remember. And let's design a colony ship that has warp 2 on it. Standard colony ship. Engine warp 2. Okay. Colony 2. And it's actually pretty cheap to build. Okay, so let's have Chrysalon build that. It's pretty fast too. And I'll relocate it to Sidon. And then it'll head for that Tundra planet. I have no idea if I'll be able to get that or not, but it's worth a shot. Absolutely no clue if I'll be able to get that. Okay, Lon, you have 5 missile bases. You go over to Tech for a little while. Meanwhile, Rigel, now you can go back and build some bases. For even though it's Artifacts World, I want you to work on that. And that should be good for right now. We should have a couple techs popping soon, yeah. A couple techs ready to pop. Alrighty. Let's finish with the shipbuilding. I need to put some more in the reserve. And I also think I've got a decent amount to chase off. This is not enough to stop like a true large fleet, but it'll do for the time being. It'll chase off a small group of people. Nothing that big. Wait, what the... Oh, I have Zudak building the colony. Well, that's fine. Should have been Chrysaline because it's closer, but it's not a big deal. Okay, transfer reserve spending. To the planets that are still growing. And where else? Here. And here. Alright. There we go. This planet is just growing pop. Then I'll need to get some defensive bases. Gion needs to terraform very badly because it's already at the population cap. This planet needs has already terraformed, and it needs to build industry. So you got to keep an eye on these planets for sure. And how much do I have going into tech? Oh wow, we've got a lot of techs in percentages right now. Alright, personal deflector finishes, N plus 20 terraforming. So, gonna have to do more terraforming. No planetary shield. That's a bit of a sad thing. Your choices at this level are class 4 deflector or planetary shield 5. I did not have the planetary shield, which is what I wanted. And the only option to move forward is terraforming plus 30, so I guess we gotta take that. All we needed was, yes, we needed terraforming plus 30. Anyway, in order to move on, I need to do more terraforming, and that's going to involve more micro work that I don't especially want to do right now. So I think I'm going to stop streaming here. And I think that I will pick up with this in another session. This has been a good first session overall. And I think I can turn this into 2 YouTube videos that are each a little over an hour long, which is normally pretty good. Maybe 3, we'll see. But yeah, overall, it's going really well. The Darlocks are right there. The only empire we can't see. They're running a 1-planet empire. They have no planets, just their capital, their home world. Hopefully we'll have a shot to land that planet once I get some additional range. And we're making a bid for this Tundra planet as well. We shall see, but I've done a pretty good job thus far. This is a nice core of planets. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm about to get 11. And that's definitely enough to be competitive, especially with so many strong planets. An ultra-rich planet, 3 artifacts planets, just absurd. Once I get these last 2 artifact planets up, my research is just going to explode. This should be a very easy game. The only thing that would happen is if I lose an early council election, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that I'm going to see that happen. So it's been a really good game, and we're off to a good start, and hopefully can continue it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Hope people weren't too bored by some of the micro work. We'll pick up with that terraforming in the next session, and we are on 78 turns into the game. So until next time, have a good one. See you guys later. Take care.